Hey, K-Mac, we got Ron on here for you. We'll get started with questions from Ron.
Yeah, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Congratulations on 3,000, by the way. That is really incredible.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, a lot has been made, and a lot of people talk about how Cheryl kind of had a casual conversation with you before the game and basically let it fly and relax. How did you look at that conversation? Did that, for some reason, turn a little light bulb on?
Oh, for sure. I mean, you know, when being on a new team and in a new system and everything like that, it's gonna have its ups and downs in the beginning. But when you have the support and confidence from your coach, like Coach Reeve does for me, it just allows me to settle into the game, be myself. Obviously, I didn't have the best showing against Chicago, and I wanted to come back, just be aggressive, be confident. And so it's just she could see that I was a little bit tense before the game, just shooting. She was just like, just relax, you know, and just kind of, you know, she's like, it sucks as a shooter to be tense, and I don't ever want you to be that. So that made me, you know, relax right into the game, and just kind of go out there and play and take what the defense gave me.
I went back and looked at a game last year that I did because I was doing games from my house. And one of the things Cheryl told, or last year with Bill even, was telling us about you. He was talking about you were finding your comfort zone with that team last year. Is that same comfort zone you want to get this year?
I mean, for sure. Obviously, it's a little different. I was with Vegas for 3 years. And, you know, finding my comfort zone again, you know, obviously we added new pieces and stuff, but this is a whole different situation for me, moving into a whole new system, new coach, new teammates. So, you know, it's definitely different, but finding your comfort zone on the offensive end, like I said before, is way harder than the defensive end, because defense is just effort and, you know, energy. But on the offensive end, it's much more about trust and, you know, timing and spacing, and you got to be really connected. So I think last night was a good step in the right direction, but, you know, there's still a lot of steps that I want to take with this team.
I know there's another question. I'm going to get one more in here if you don't mind. You obviously played against Syl for a number of years, and you obviously appreciated her from afar. Playing with her, how has that appreciation gone up?
Oh gosh, you know, I spent some like small amount of time with her in USA, and her energy is contagious. Her smile is contagious. It's much more about still off the court than on the court for me. Obviously, on the court, she's a monster. She's one of the best, if not the best, at her position in this game ever, in my opinion. But the way that she sees the game, the way that she's constantly working, constantly pushing herself mentally and physically, is admirable. You know, and I love being on her side of it, obviously. But, you know, being behind the scenes with it and seeing how she approaches just her day to day has really been amazing to watch. Obviously, you know, I want to be in her position one day, playing, still being able to play at a high level at her age is what we all aim to do. So I think she's done a great job of that. And, you know, she embodies everything that we want to be in this culture. And I'm really happy that I get to be alongside her.
Aristides, go ahead.
Hello, greetings from Greece. I will ask something more general. Can you evaluate your performance in this year so far?
I'm sorry. I didn't catch the beginning of it.
Can you evaluate your performance, the team performance from the beginning to the first month so far?
A little bit up and down. Like I said, it's hard jumping right in, no training camp, things like that. Kind of came out swinging, took a little bit of bumps, but, you know, trying to plateau and figure out where exactly I fit on offense. But just letting my defense carry me, I think that's something that I've really let become my identity the last year or two, is just being the best defender I can and letting the offense figure itself out. But, you know, I think my teammates and Coach Reeve had done a great job just kind of seamlessly allowing me to kind of go through my ups and downs, and allowing me to find my comfort zone. And I think I'm starting to find it for sure.
Ron, go ahead.
Oh. Thank you very much.
Ron, go ahead.
One more question, Kayla. This is obviously a very special day, you know, Juneteenth for everybody. And your team, obviously, it means a lot considering everything that's happened. Talk about your feelings about Juneteenth, because we're not even going to talk about the game in the Open tonight, you know, for the TV telecast. We're just going to talk about this, obviously, because it's the biggest story. But for you personally,
I mean, I obviously it's an amazing day for us and our culture, and, you know, making it a holiday and things like that. But there's so many underlying things that we still are fighting for every single day. And I think that's the main message that we're all carrying with us. Yes, we're celebrating Juneteenth, we're celebrating this day and everything that it represents, but we're also still fighting the day-to-day things that matter so much more. And I think that's the message. And I think that's the message that I've seen on a lot of WNBA players' platforms is, the job's not finished. And this journey is still continuing. We're still fighting the small battles, the big battles, and everything in between. But I think this is just a symbolic day that we're able to kind of just remember all the things that we're really fighting for.
Just a quick note, I don't know if you know this, but Opal Lee, 94 years old, from Fort Worth, she really was the one that got legislature pushing for this to be a national holiday. And she was actually in Washington on Thursday for the signing of this. And she is a civil rights icon here in Texas, which of course it was announced in Galveston, Texas, 156 years ago. But we tried to get Opal Lee. She's going to be at different Juneteenth Day. We tried to get her to come to the game, and I don't know if they ever were able to work it out. But I've gotten to meet her a couple of times, a very special lady. And I know she's very proud of you young ladies.
Amazing.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
We need to fight the fight for people like her, for sure.
Yeah, well, she's been doing it.
I can't imagine things that she's been through. I can't imagine.
She's 94 years old now. But Kayla, thank you so much. I wish you the best.
Thank you,
Stay
guys.
healthy. Love watching you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks, K-Mac.